Today we're with the beautiful and talented local lash artist Lou from Dallas, Texas. How are you doing today, Lou?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. This is such a great first podcast. It's definitely been a journey here at 3D. But today we're going to just take some time to learn about you and your business in the beauty industry and what it took to achieve your goals. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about, what your role is in the beauty industry?
Okay, so, funny thing is that I actually was in school to get my cosmetology license, and I ended up dropping out of it because it wasn't for me. And then, maybe, I want to say 3-4 years later, I go back to school, but for aesthetics. And I realized, I'm like, wait, I should have just gotten my cosmetology license since the beginning. But, I was just stubborn and I didn't realize what I really wanted for my future. And I ended up going to school for aesthetics. And so I'm a licensed esthetician, but I focus in lash extensions.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you prefer lash extensions more than facials?
Yes. So I did give facials a try for a while. And maybe I did it 6 months, 7 months around there, but I realized that lash extensions, does it for me. I'm always super excited about it, and I just know so much of it that it's a natural instinct for me, just with lash extensions.
Okay.
So I decided to just stay with lash extensions, and I've been doing it now for almost 4 years, and I love it.
So what's your favorite lash set to do on your clients?
I would say it would be volume. Not necessarily mega volume or light volume, but just a very dense, packed volume set, just because you can do so much with it. I feel like it lasts longer. Also, you can do it very wispy, but also just a very, just one length all around if you want more of that bold look. And just making fans all the time does it for me. I'm yes, making fans all the time. I love it, so volume has to be my favorite.
So do you prefer pre-made fan trays, or do you like to make your fans while you're doing the set?
So I like making them just because that's how I feel I can get more creative with it. And I can really choose how many hairs I really do want. And don't get me wrong, I love the pre-made ones because I even use those still. But I use those if somebody wants a light volume.
Okay.
And just wants to try it out first. So I'm okay, we could start off with this. Once you feel comfortable with this, we can transition to handmade volume.
Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So before you started your career, what's one thing you wish you would have known throughout the whole process of starting it?
I wish I would have known that I needed to manage my time.
Okay.
I feel when I first started, it was all about I need to keep working. I would work from 9 a.m. to midnight. And since I was working from home, I was able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no type of boundaries. So I feel I needed to create that boundary with my clients as well, just because it was always work and I never knew how to say no. So
Yeah.
I wish I would have known that you need to be not super strict, but you do need to have some type of boundaries when starting, just because if not, people will just walk all over you and they forget that you're an actual human and you get tired too.
I know, that work-life balance.
Yes.
It needs to be
It's so hard.
balanced.
And I realized that also, I would miss a lot of birthday parties, with
Yeah.
my family. And also, I feel it even started affecting my relationship with my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he would be you're always working, we never hang out. And it would even be a Saturday and Sunday thing too. I would
Wow.
work all the time. And although I feel that grew me a lot, I just wish I would have been able to control more of that, and I know I still would have been able to grow, but just manage my time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So definitely, if you're listening right now, time management is a big deal.
It is.
Yeah, if you want to have that work-life balance. If not, friendships are probably going to be lost.
Yes,
And you do not
that
want
too.
that. So what was your biggest failure, and what did you learn from it?
I feel like my biggest failure was when I first opened my Lash store. And what I mean Lash store is like my online business, and I started it whenever COVID hit really bad here in the US. So like I want to say like maybe in March, May 2020, and I had bought so much product inventory. I had a little bit of everything, but I didn't know how to promote myself. I didn't know how to, I don't know anything of marketing. I don't know. All I know is lashes and Instagram, and that's it. But I just didn't know how to promote myself, so I feel like that's why my store failed. I think I only had like 2 sales in like 1 month.
Oh, wow.
So during that time, I felt so disappointed, and I was like, I didn't even tell anybody when I took that store down, or like my online website, because I was so disappointed in myself. And I was like, no, like I failed. And I think this was really the first time I had ever failed with lashes or anything in the lash industry, that I was like, wow, no one can know this happened to me. And I was just devastated, and I was left with all this product. And don't get me wrong, like I used that product, but obviously I can't use it all up in 1 month. This is inventory that can last me up to a year. So just myself, I was like, I'm stuck with all of this product, and I just felt so disappointed. But a few months later after that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it one more try. If this doesn't work, then it's not for me, but I'm gonna give it one more try. And I decided to do it, and I started making videos with my products and showing how I use my product and how I incorporate everything with my sets. And that really helped me out too, because people ask me, what glue do you use? So obviously I don't want to show something that I don't use. So whenever I would show that in the videos, that's when I started seeing my sales go up. And now, I'm just super busy. I need somebody to do my orders now. So I am forever thankful. Sorry guys. I am forever thankful that I gave it a second try, just because if not, that's part of my income too, and that also helps me grow in my business. So forever thankful for failing and not giving up.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's working out now. I'm glad you didn't give up.
Yes.
That's super easy, like for one thing to give up, but like if you just stick with it and keep pursuing it and like try it over and over and over again until it's like right, I feel like that at the end of the day is the greatest achievement.
It is.
Is pursuing your failure. I think it's great.
I love it.
So is your website, I'm sure it's back up and running, correct?
Yes, it's back up and running, and I even have some of these products with 3D Lash and Brow.
Right.
So I have them here. Also, like if you want to stop by, you can come by here, get your products. And I love that they're also here, just because I'm located in Grand Prairie, Texas. So like a 20-30 minute drive from here. And just if you're closer to Dallas, I feel like that's another option for you. You can stop by here instead of driving all the way where I'm located to do a pickup order or something. So it's just more, I feel like, just more, how do I say it? I guess
like convenient?
Yes, convenient. Just trying to reach out to different people. If that works for you. And also, I know there's also a lot of students learning here, and then, they can hear about me. So it's just a different way of networking as well. So
yes.
I like that.
Networking when you're just starting up, it's very, very important to network. I can tell you, the more you get like your name out there, not only your followers will grow, but your clientele will grow as well. And that's just very important as a local lash artist just starting up. So
and see, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. When I first started, I was always about, I need to stay to myself. I've always been like a really shy person. And now I feel like until last year, I started really like connecting with other people from like the DFW area, and I love it. Definitely networking is the way to go.
So do you like go to events and stuff to do networking?
Yes, sometimes, and also last year I created my own event, and it's called actually like the Dallas Beauty Social, and I want to have one again this year, but it's just inviting different artists from the beauty industry and just talk and get to know each other, and we're just drinking, eating, but because of that, I know a lot of the girls are friends now, or they exchange services, or they do collabs together, like giveaways and things like that. So networking, it's amazing.
That is so fun.
Yes.
Oh, I want to go to one of those.
Yes, so this year.
Yes, that would be
sure.
so much fun. I love just talking to people and getting to know them and their story and what's going on in their world, because it's just always different. And
It is.
So
you
exciting
never know
to hear.
who you're going to meet.
Yeah.
Never.
And that's what keeps life interesting.
Yes.
In my opinion. So, other than networking, other than moving forward with your failures and pursuing them and creating a goal, what advice would you give our followers and our listeners and our viewers as well, the ones who want to pursue a business in the beauty industry?
I would say just do it. You don't know. Nike, right?
I know,
just
I was
do
like,
it.
Nike.
I'm like, just do it. But it's simple, just like that, because if you keep telling yourself in a 6-month period you're going to do it, but you never do, you're 6 months behind already.
Oh, that's great.
You don't know where it's going to take you, and even though yes, it can be scary, at least you tried it.
Exactly. And my big thing is like, time doesn't wait for no one.
Yes, it doesn't.
And you're gonna regret it if
doesn't.
you don't do it.
Exactly. So with me, it's crazy because with lashes, I only started doing it for the money. I was tired of working at the hospital, and I was a full-time student. So I was just doing it for the money, and then I ended up really loving it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I really love this. I have never found something that I actually love doing. So I feel like, especially if you're really passionate about it, do it.
Yeah.
Because if you're the best in that certain specific thing that you're doing and you enjoy it, you're going to be the best of the best, and the more you keep practicing it, the better you're going to get.
Yeah, that's good.
So definitely, it's maybe you realize that you won't like it, but at least you tried it, and you can say, I did it and it wasn't for me.
Yeah. I
So
mean, that's the worst thing that could happen.
yes,
Yeah.
literally the worst thing that can happen is you not liking it, and you have to try something new, and at least you gave it a try.
Exactly, yeah. And in your case, it worked out for you. Perfect.
It did. It worked out, and I'm glad it did, and I'm glad I realized at a young age. I think I was like 18, 19 when I first started doing lashes, or I want to say 19, but I'm glad I realized early on, because then I didn't waste so much time.
Yeah.
So
And we're going to backtrack a little bit. I heard you say that you worked at a hospital.
yes.
What did you do at a hospital?
So I was front desk, and I would
Okay.
translate a lot for the doctors, just because there was a lot of more of a Latino, Hispanic crowd there. And I would translate a lot for them, and I worked here in the evenings because during the morning I would go to school.
Oh, wow.
And I thought I wanted to be a nurse, and that's why I started working at the hospital. But I am forever grateful for that job, because it made me realize I do not have what it takes to be a nurse. You
Yeah,
really have
scary.
to care
Yeah.
for your patients, and that wasn't in me, and I'm glad everything happens for a reason, and for a reason I was there for a while, and then lashes, because who knows where I would be if I would have stayed there.
Yeah, and holy cow, the beauty industry, it's a whole nother community, and it's
It
a
is.
whole nother world. I remember when I started working here at 3D Lash and Brow, I had never had any experience with the beauty industry.
Okay.
I didn't even know like what all went into it, like what it was all about. I was planning on just going into the marketing industry,
Yes,
like
okay.
at firms and stuff like that after I graduated. And so once I started here and got to like know the vibe and like kind of get an idea of what it's all about, y'all can make a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize how much y'all can make.
Yeah.
Like each lash set is like, you can charge up to like $200.
Yes, definitely.
Holy cow. And then like other services, that's just
It is.
insane. So
it is.
I definitely recommend to all of our listeners out there who want to pursue their dreams in the beauty industry, do it, because
Yes.
you will make a lot from
Yes,
it.
and I mean, if you become good at it and people want your service, I mean, it's only up from there.
Yeah.
Like, there's really nothing stopping you as long as you deliver well the service, you're good.
Yeah.
I love it. I love being in this industry.
I know, it's great. I love marketing it. Like,
Yes.
it's fantastic. It's such a vibe. So, moving forward, if you could say that there were 3 people that were influential in your life, who would those 3 people be?
I would say the first 2 would have to be my parents.
Okay.
My mom has always been a stay-home mom.
Nice.
And my dad, he has his own business in construction. He has his construction company. And I come from a family where it's all about college. So I feel like I'm kind of like the only one who kind of followed my dad in owning a business. But I feel like whatever they say, I've always looked up to. And to me, their opinion is huge to me, just because they've done so much for me. And my dad offered me his house where I could start lashing from. He's like, so you can save up money, start from here.
That's so sweet.
And you don't have to, I'm barely starting off, so I'm not making a lot of money. He's
Exactly.
like, you could save up your money and see if you do really like it. And my mom, she's always been there. And just raising like 6 kids, like all kind of like back to back, there's everything that they do, it's huge to me. And them coming from like immigrant parents, coming from Mexico, and just seeing that if they can do it, I know I can do it. And they already gave me a head start because they came over here for us.
Yeah.
They came here for me so I could have my future.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
That's very inspirational.
Oh yeah, you said 3.
Yeah,
I
more.
forgot one. The other one is my boyfriend.
Okay.
So my boyfriend, we've been dating for like 5 years, but he's the one that got me into like the online business, as in like how to create my online store. He's the one that taught me all of that. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know anything of that. I had no idea how to sell products online. So a lot, I feel like I owe it to him because he's always supported me. He's never doubted me, and if I doubt myself, he pushes me. Like, I know at the end of the day, I do it, but behind my head, he's there like, keep doing it. So that's another person I look up to, because he's the one that's pushed me and has taught me so much that I had no idea, and because of it, like, I'm doing it.
Yeah, we love and support a boyfriend. We love that.
Of course.
Love that for you. That's what every girl wants to be, is an inspirational and supportive partner. And girlfriend, you got it. That's great.
Period.
So if you could step into my shoes throughout this whole podcast, what's one question that you would have asked yourself?
I would say maybe like, how do I stay motivated?
Okay.
And the reason, it's because I've been lashing for almost 4 years, and you get tired. Eventually, it kind of becomes repetitive, and I'm forever grateful. I'm always booked. I never have a hard time with that. But you're creating the same set almost every single time, and you're just there in a room, and you're just lashing, sitting down. Eventually you do get tired, and it just becomes like, okay, I have to do this again and again and again. So what keeps me motivated is taking classes, always growing. Once you start getting comfortable, get uncomfortable, because if you're comfortable, then you're not growing.
So what kind of classes do you take? Do you take like other service classes?
So I take still in the lash industry.
Okay.
For example, let's say somebody from like Austin, Texas having a class and they have a different technique from mine.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and sign up, and that gets me excited because I'm learning from a different like service provider, and also they're in the same industry as me. You're networking, and it's exciting because I'll follow them on Instagram and you see them and it's like, oh wow, like they do such an amazing job. So taking classes with other lash artists is a good way to stay motivated because you learn different things. Maybe it's that one thing that you always struggled with and they have it, the way of how to do it. So taking classes makes me realize like, oh wow, like I'm pumped, I'm ready to go lash my clients, and you get better.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a win-win, definitely an investment, but it's nothing like you can't write off.
Right.
So business-wise, I love taking classes. It's fun, keeps you motivated, and I feel like people ask me, how are you so good? And why did you grow so fast? Well, because I keep taking classes.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. If you stop, this industry grows so fast.
It does.
And there's always something new. Like you really have to keep up.
Yeah.
So for sure, I try to take at least 2 classes a year, just to see what's new out there, and that keeps me motivated.
Do you have any
going.
classes that you're going to take this year?
Yes, I actually take a class in 2 weeks, and
Okay.
I'll be in Austin. They're based off of California, but they're doing like a tour.
Nice.
And the closest place they're coming to is Austin, so
Okay.
I'll be out there. And then in May, I'll actually be in Miami, Florida, to take another lash class, and I'm super excited for that one too.
That's exciting.
So you see, it's like, it gets you pumped. It gets you like, oh yes, like a little mini trip, little getaway, and different scenery.
Yeah.
And
different people.
yes.
New
that
friends.
Too. That too. Yes, you're always connecting, and your followers, clients love seeing that.
Yeah.
They love seeing that you're growing because they're like, oh well, who should I go to? Somebody that keeps getting educated, or somebody that's kind of staying the same.
That's very true. That's
so
good.
you want to go with somebody that is actually loving their career and they're seeing like they're growing. And I feel like that's why I keep growing, because I don't stop. I keep going. It's never really, I've reached it and I made it. No, there's always room to learn, and if you feel comfortable, get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you can start learning.
Exactly. Keep learning. I mean.
Yes.
Right. So would you ever like add any other services other than like lashes to your brand?
I don't think so.
You don't
I think
so?
I'm gonna stick to lashes, just because it's my specialty, and there's nothing wrong with people doing different types of services.
Yeah.
But I feel like the more you know your niche, the better you're at it, and the more you put in work for it. So just me specializing in lash extensions, I can tell you anything about lash extensions, and I know it and I love it. I can talk about it all day. So lashes did it for me. I'm stuck with it for life.
Well, that's good. So let's talk about your Instagram.
Okay.
I love Instagram. Instagram's my favorite. Love it. I've been doing a little stalking on you, just looking at your feed and trying to get to know you more. But I noticed you have a large follower base.
Yes.
How did you what did you do to get that, so our listeners can kind of learn?
So I did grow pretty fast on that. I feel like it took me maybe less than 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And one of them was, I was making videos, for example, really close up, clear videos.
Yeah.
And people would always ask me, how do you get it so up close? How do you record this? And of course I would share it, I don't mind. And another thing, I actually ended up doing Selena Gomez's lashes. Maybe I was barely 1 year in.
Oh my gosh, how did you get, what?
Yeah, so that was a huge opportunity for me, and that got me a lot of recognition. I feel like by the time I started doing her lashes, I already had my clientele. But outside of like Dallas, that's when more people started noticing me, when I did her lashes, and it was an amazing experience. Hopefully I can do them again. But that helped me out a lot too. And just making reels. You have to do things that people like. So for example, when I would see a video that only got like less than 10K views, I won't do it again. I'm like, okay, I need to find something else that people like. So, and once I see like on Instagram, okay, I've gotten videos that have gotten more than like 1 million views. So I'm like, okay, I need to make more videos like this because this is what people like.
That's what they like
so
to see.
It's really looking at your analytics, like insights on Instagram too. It's not just post and go.
Right.
No, I feel like there is more to it, but you really have to love it as well. If you don't love it, your work is going to show. Like, it's going to show. And what helped me grow was just making so many videos, and then that's when I really pushed my lash brand into, my videos, and more of my product got out there. But making videos, it's the way to go. The clear, the more close up it is, that's what people like.
Yeah. It looks aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, it is.
It's super pretty to look at.
It is.
Yeah. I really like social media pages that like look very organized, have a good color palette, have like the same font area, and like still photos are great, but it's always nice to have a pop of color.
Yes,
yeah,
of course, and always stick to that type of style because you can't be switching around from different styles because then people get confused and they're like, hold on.
She just switched up on
Yes, yes, exactly.
It's like I just got to know her now, and then now she has a whole other personality. Yeah, that's great. So, do you prefer TikTok or Instagram Reels?
I think I prefer Reels because I kind of know how to work it. I know my audience already.
Right.
With TikTok, I don't have a lot of followers. I'm working on it. I probably only have like 5K. But what I do is I actually edit my videos on TikTok. And then
for your Reels?
Yes.
I was just going to ask you, how do you edit your videos?
So I literally just use TikTok. That's all I use. And then since you can save it from TikTok, I just repost it on Instagram. So I feel like it's a win-win. You don't have to do double the work. And if you edit a reel on Instagram, you actually can't save it with the audio.
Correct.
So for example, with like any song, famous song, you can save the video, but the audio won't save if it's a famous song.
Because of copyright.
So yes, copyright. And then with TikTok, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as it has that watermark on there.
Yes,
it's good to
TikTok, like, you're fine. And honestly, I don't care. I'm promoting myself on Reels now. You can follow me on TikTok too. And I mean, some of my clients, I've gotten them from TikTok too. So it's amazing. I feel like it's a win-win when you edit on TikTok and you can just repost it on Reels and you don't have to do any more work.
Yeah. It saves you a lot of time and energy.
It does, because it does take time.
It does. Editing videos takes a minute, especially if you want it to look clean. And like the transitions, you want them to look
all for a 20-second video.
I know. I know, it's insane.
But it's worth it.
It is. It really is worth it. And it's fun if that's something you like to do.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, so where can your listeners connect with you? Like our listeners right now, where can they connect with you?
Mainly I would say Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram name is Lashes by Lou. And that's where like you can DM me. I will answer your questions, anything. I feel like I'm always on Instagram.
You are.
I'm always on it, even though I actually had to turn off my notifications on Instagram because it's like my phone just kind of blows up too much.
It makes you feel famous though.
Yes. I used to like it. Now I'm just like, whoa, I'm super overwhelmed. And so when I do get on it, I'll answer everything. Mainly Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube, which is Lashes by Lou as well. But mainly, like, if you really want to connect, talk to me, Instagram.
Nice. So, and then your clients, what if one of our listeners or a couple of our listeners want to book you?
They can actually just DM me on Instagram
really?
too.
Okay, that's
yes,
nice.
Yes.
I like that. I prefer that over, like, a scheduling portal.
Yes,
because it kind of, instead of building a transaction, you're building a relationship with your client.
Definitely.
You're not just like, okay,
I actually like having a conversation before
Yeah.
like I book you. Just, I really want to know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you come in, like, yes, we still talk about it, but I just feel like I kind of already know you.
Yeah.
So you can just DM me. I can show you what I have available. Another reason why I do it like that, I'm transitioning to my salon right now.
Okay.
I won't be in there until like another 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be able to have a little bit more control. I feel like I have more control when I do it myself,
Yeah.
when I do the booking. But yeah, I love Instagram. Instagram's
great.
amazing. You can do so much with it.
So you're moving into a salon
Yes.
like soon?
Yes, like in 3 weeks, less than a month.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's so exciting.
Yes, I'm super excited. I can't wait for my grand opening. It's been in the works for almost over a year because
Okay.
my first building that I got,
Mm-hmm.
it was a mess, and I decided to back out from the contract. And thank goodness, like, I guess the landlord like really understood because they weren't working with me that much. And I was devastated. I was devastated about that, but then something along came better and bigger.
That's
So
good.
things always work out, and I can't wait. I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
It definitely takes time for things to grow and things to progress. I know there's some people who automatically assume, okay, right when I graduate, I'm gonna start my business and
Yes.
it's just gonna skyrocket. I'm like, right after, I'm gonna go and get my first suite, and then just everything's
Yeah.
gonna work out like right then and there. But that's not the case.
No,
Like, you
it
really have to
takes
take your time.
You really have to put in the
yeah,
work.
You do. You have to save your money.
Yes.
Saving is key.
That is so hard. I struggled in the beginning saving up money. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm making all this money. And it wasn't until last year that now I'm all about saving.
Yeah.
I finally got an accountant.
Good.
And I was disappointed but very happy because I saw how much money I was making, but I wasn't really profiting because I kept spending it.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's definitely, now I know how to manage my money, but that's another thing. I would say get an accountant, get a CPA, because now I am able to see where my money is actually going to.
That's
And
good.
that's another reason why I'm able to open my salon now.
Well, that's so inspirational. I've absolutely enjoyed this conversation with you. It's
Thank
been
you.
so much fun. And I also want to thank you for your time today because it does mean a lot to us and to our listeners just to hear kind of your story and what it took you, like what it takes to actually build something from the ground up in the beauty industry.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been so great. And then I just want to let our listeners know that on our next episode, we will be talking to some current students here at our school, just kind of getting to know their experience at 3D Lash and Brow, along with what they plan on doing for their future career. So make sure to join us for our next podcast. It'll be posted live on iTunes Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and all of our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So please give us a like, thumbs up, make sure to share everything, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Can't wait. Thank you.